What's up, guys? You've got the Oracle there, and we are back for the finals. I'm on the play, and I have a decent hand that I'm gonna keep. And for the first time, my hand is not too heavy in lands. Um, but that might be bad news actually, because my deck really wants land. And if I just don't ever draw a third and a fourth and a fifth, and so on and so forth, land, I'll be in trouble, but I think it's definitely a keep given that I have a 2 drop as well as potential 3 drop. Removal, a good later game card. I drew Vestige, which is a pretty sweet. Um, so next turn, unless I draw another land, I'm likely to Vestige playing Grave Bursting, so I'm sure I can play that. And next turn I can still cast Infiltrator no matter what. So yeah, and this will also draw me a card, so makes it more likely that I get my land. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do here. Should have do it after attacking, but honestly I don't care much. If the opponent wants to Gideon's Reproach my thing or use an Immolating Glare, it's fine. And next turn I can cast my Mao, which is great. Alright, Pilgrim's Eye is a little bit annoying, but sure. So we are playing a red-white deck, apparently. Alright, I think I don't mind trading my Eldrazi token for the Pilgrim's Eye. I don't really want to trade my guide for it, though. Reflector Mage on the Pilgrim's Eye is not the best combo. And yeah, I'll play my Mao and be happy with that. And next turn I'm likely to bounce my opponent's 4-drop and attack for 7. And if I can, if that happened, that's great for me. I could also maybe Reflector Mage and Salvo if I'm willing to sacrifice my token. I don't think I really need to do so. If I draw another island, I could also play Wind Rider. I guess we'll see. But I have a bunch of options, and things are looking quite great so far. Alright. Sure, I drew a Swamp. Well, that's nice, I guess. So... yeah... Yeah, I think I will bounce the Flame Seeker, attack with... I just want to keep the guide around, no reason to trade it with the Pilgrim's Eye, honestly. I'll boost the Maw of Kozilek, and that's gonna be 12 damages, great. Alright, and I have a... next turn I can Infiltrator plus Salvo, a potential 4 or 5 drop, I don't really know, I guess we'll see. Or maybe a 2 drop. Okay, a Sky Climber. A Sky Climber alongside a Free Runner. Alright, that's a lot of things. Sure. Analysis is not bad. I think I'll just do that and kill the Free Runner, which seems to be the best card my opponent does have on the board. I don't mind trading my Mage for the Sky Climber, and I'll definitely attack with the Mao. Probably not sacrificing the Scion, though. I could sacrifice it to deal 2 more damages. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe it is. I don't think so, though. Alright, so we are trading there. The opponent goes down to 10. And things are shaping up well for me, since I can kill my opponent in 2... if I draw a land, I can make this unblockable, attack for 5 unblockable damage, and do it again, and that's gonna be 10 damages. As you even just replay the exact same things, I guess, which is fine with me. I did draw an island. Alright, well, I think I'd rather play Wind Rider, actually, so... I'm gonna attack with those, and let's see what happens. My opponent might just block with a bunch of things on the Mao, which would be fine. Sure, I'll trade 2 for 1 there. I don't mind that at all. No, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It's not really a trade that you want to make, unless you really have to, which I think my opponent doesn't have to do now. The Mao is great for that. I mean, The fact that it can be either 2-5, 4-3, or even a 6-1 there is just amazing. So I guess we should see a Shun block, which is fine with me. As I will ingest a Chasm Guide, which is a aced ally, pretty much what I remembered. And yeah, let's play this Wind Rider and keeping up the vestige available for the Mao. It could be useful. It's not very likely, but let's say the opponent plays a swamp and try to complete disregard my Mao. I'd rather have access to colorless without sacrificing the Scion. And anyway, I could try to represent an outnumber of my mountain, but I don't think it matters much. I'd rather have my ability available. Anyway, the opponent is quite in trouble there, as I have 9 power of unblockable damages on the battlefield. So unless my opponent does have a removal or a flyer, that's gonna be trouble for them. I guess I can use they can use the Blighted Gorge to kill my guide, but then they still have to jump. To 2-for-1 with the Mao, which doesn't seem great. Yeah, I don't know, and I still have this analysis, which is gonna provide me with more cards later on. I would be surprised if the opponent attacked there. Alright. I drew a Boneyard. Should I go for the kill? A card like Turn Against will not get me, because none of my creature can block another one, since they all are evasive. So I don't even care about that card. And if my opponent does have the Rolls Retribution, they can only kill one of my things. So yeah, I think I'll just go for the kill. No reason not to. I'm at 20, so I don't fear like match that could fire back at me. So yup, I guess I'll swing with those. I guess I might as well boost that. And I think my opponent will have an answer to one of my creatures and will most likely take 5. That would be my guess. Or maybe something else is happening. I don't really know. As I mentioned, Turn Against cannot really do much. Dazing Reflection is a bit annoying, but it's just buying time basically and losing a card. I guess I'll play my Boneyard, no reason not to. That's a good card to know about. I don't think it's great though. I've seen a lot of people playing that. I don't know. You can use it at a fog, I guess. I don't know. I've been unimpressed with that so far. Anyway, it saved my opponent there, so I guess it has some usage. But ooh, discarding a Vanguard. Holy crap. Well, that's weird, because that's probably the best card of my opponent's entire deck, and I don't think they have 4 cards that are better. Weird. Okay, well, an Expedition Raptor is fine. I mean, it doesn't stop my kill. Yes, it does stop my kill, actually, never mind. The opponent can start to strike. I don't know, this game is definitely not over, because those 2-4-3 are a bit of pressure. This can block my flyer. If my opponent does have this and an Immolating Glare, and another, I think the fact that they discard the Vanguard is really a bad news for me, actually. My opponent cannot afford to attack with both there, because this is getting blocked here. Then the Mao plus oh, alright. I guess I'll take his 8 there. But now, burying another Dazzling Reflection, I don't think there's anything that does save my opponent now. Blocking there, glaring that. Yeah, never mind, actually, the Immolating Glare does it. Gideon's Reproach 2. There's actually a decent amount of things that save my opponent. That being said, I can afford to attack with the whole squad next turn, which is rather sweet. That game is definitely interesting. I thought it was quite over. Okay, a salvo on that. Is it enough? Yes, it's enough, but it's not great. I think I'll analyze this first in case I were to draw removal. So I can tap those. This. I want to keep red for a potential burn. I want to keep black for a potential Oblivion Strike. I kind of want to keep white. Yeah, I think I'll tap my swamp actually, because I have the Boneyard. I drew a Sphinx of Tazim. Alright. Cannot activate the Mao now though, but I don't think it changes a lot of things. Should I keep a blocker back in case? Let's say my opponent does have a threaten in hand. Yeah, I don't want to die to that, so I kind of need a blocker back. Yeah, this game is definitely not over. So I guess I'll attack with those two and the opponent must chump the Wind Rider. I guess I might as well attack with the token since the opponent cannot afford to block it. And I'll sack it for the Guardian and I keep the Bentic back to against a potential threaten. Alright. This happened, so I guess the opponent going down to 5. Now, I'm playing the Sphinx, and let's say my opponent does have a threat and steal the Sphinx and swing for... Yeah. My opponent would need a threaten and a way to deal with my Infiltrator. That's quite a lot, but yeah, this game is not over as I mentioned. That's definitely interesting. I think I should win that because I'm protect against a threaten. An Eldrazi Obligator, would that do it? No, that wouldn't do it. I would just block here and take 11 going down to 1. An Obligator and a land and a MRH would kill me though. But I think the loot here means I straight up win. Bearing some very weird things like a Wrath of God. Alright, so we got it. But it was not... I mean, it seemed easy in the beginning, and then I was a bit more worried. So we are playing white-red ally beatdown, basically. Which I think should be a decent matchup for me. I've played aggressively there, which was rather weird given the matchup, but it worked out. So... my opponent showed a Raptor as well as a Sky Climber that I could Tears, since Tears is instant. Is it enough to make me want to play that? I'm not sure. I mean, White-Red doesn't... I mean, my opponent might be playing 2 Raptors and a Sky Climber, and that might be enough. That's still a bit short to want to side in the Tears. I think I'll just keep my deck the way it is. Yup, and if I see more flyers, I'll side in the Tears for the final game of this final. But I think my deck is decently well tailored to beat an aggressive deck, especially if I have a turn 2 Fortified Rampart with a potential Coil and Anticipate. That's great. I'm gonna keep my hand. I think this card is amazing in this matchup. The opponent mulliganing to 6 on the play is also, I guess, good for me, bad for them. Put a card on bottom, alright. So, I drew a 3rd land, which is amazing, so now I don't know, let's not say I won, but what I mean is that, given what I've drawn and what the opponent did so far, I think this game should not be too hard to win, because mulliganing on the play against a control deck that has a turn 2 wall, yeah, that's not great for you. My opponent can gain life though. I think I'd rather kill that than curling it, so yeah, I guess I'll And now I shall burn the Sky Climber. Alright. That was a great draw, by the way, but I think it's quite clear. And you know, I have the Mao and the Cinder Hellion, so it's not like I will not be able to kill my opponent. A free runner is mildly annoying, I guess, but fine. I cannot cast either of those yet. Maybe the play was anticipating into a potential island, but I would still... No, I don't think it was... Never mind. Never mind. I guess I'll play my Infiltrator there, and I guess it would mean that I would take 2. I don't think it matters too much. I mean, I don't feel too threatened right now. It might take a bit of time to kill the opponent, but they have not much left in hand. And using the call on the free runner means that I might die to a random, I don't know, the Angelic Captain, for example, the 4/3 flyer. That would be rather bad for me. Anyway, if the opponents attack there, I will double block on the free runner. I don't think there's many trick that could really go bad for me anyway. A Chitinous Cloak. That's actually a decent card in this matchup, I think. That being said, given that I'm playing a bunch of removals, I don't feel too threatened by that. Alright, attack with both. I will do this double block as I mentioned. If my opponents want to use a trick and kill my Infiltrator, it's fine. If they do nothing else, that's fine too. As I drew a Grave Birthing. Kinda wanna anticipate into a potential island. Could also Grave Bursting. Yeah, I think I like to anticipate there. Alright, let's do it. No island. I got a mountain, which I think is better than Tidaning Calls, though. So, right, I guess I'll pass, and most likely that my opponent will equip on the Cleric, attack with both, and I will be able to double block on the free runner as I did last turn. And yeah, okay, an Expedition Raptors. Alright, that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, again, this game is definitely not over. So I kinda have to double block here now. I need to draw a few removals, otherwise I'll be in trouble quite quickly. Well, I cannot cast that. I cannot really cast that yet. I think I will... I could play my Mao too. That doesn't provide... It's actually... Because this will have 5 toughness. I mean, one of these two. So I could double block 6. Yeah. Bearing a trick playing the Mao is fine, I think. Yeah, I'll do that. You know, I have some mana issues there. I'd be happier with an island on the battlefield. That being said, you know, given the deck I'm playing, I cannot complain about mana issues. That would have happened at some point, and I got lucky so far that you know, I did not have more issues with my mana. Anyway, that cloak is a little bit annoying. Yeah, it is a bit annoying, but there's not much I can do. If the opponent does have a trick in hand, like a +3/+0 first strike, oof, that's gonna be bad, because I'm gonna lose all my board most likely to a double block. And yeah, that would be awful for me. That being said, if I can ever get an island, I should be able to, you know, kind of stabilize quite quick. I mean, rather quickly. I have a decent amount of good spells in hand, so I don't feel too threatened, but the opponent actually doesn't need much to just win the game or be in a very good spot now. Yeah, as I mentioned, okay, nothing. Alright, well that's not what I would have expected. I will just make the dumb block of doing that and see what happens. The good news is that I don't have to switch the Mao power and toughness. Ooh. Oh, so that might be the Rolls retribution. Alright, well. Well, that's good that's out of my opponent end. I do a Boneyard, which is fine. I think I'll Grave Bursting, hoping to draw an island, and if I don't draw an island, I'll sacrifice my token to coil that thing. But then the opponent can... yeah, that doesn't seem even good. Maybe playing the Cindermouth Hellion is just the best play for me. But if I do that, I don't have any good block on those. Yeah, things are not looking great. Alright, let's see what we can do. Drawing an island there would be amazing. Not in the best spot, a Reflector Mage. Well, that's a good news. That's a good news. That will buy me time. That will also bounce one of those two. And here, I think I have to coil something, which might be the which maybe, yeah, probably the Raptor. Then he equips, but if he equips on that, no, it has to be the free runner, I think. Alright, things are not looking great. I'm at 12. I might very well lose this game despite my opponent mulliganing and me having a decentish draw. Yeah. Oof, Munda now. Well, I guess that's convenient. I mean, for my opponent, obviously. Quite bad for me. Yeah, things are getting worse and worse. Hopefully my opponent will draw a land at some point. If I draw an island next turn, that'd be great because I can cast the Guardian, tap something, and stabilize. Alright. Okay, so the opponent is not drawing an ally next turn at least. I'll go down to 7 there. Well, Oblivion Strike. Unfortunately, I cannot Mage and Strike. I'm missing a mana to do so. That Cloak is frightening, though. So I could Reflector that away. Then I have block here and I take 2. Yeah, I think it's the best thing I can do so far. And I kill Munda before my opponent can play. I might have to double block if he equips the cloak. Yeah, that game is not gonna be easy to win. Alright. So next turn, burying some other spell that my opponent could have drawn. I'm likely to double block on the Munda, take 2, my mage die. Then on my turn, best case scenario, I draw an island, I cast my Sphinx, tap the Munda. Worst case scenario, I strike the Munda, take 2 more damages. Ugh, yeah, I don't think I'm winning this game. I definitely don't think that I will be winning, unfortunately. But you know, I've had some good draws. It was really fun, and my deck is quite ambitious, so it was, you know, it would have happened at some point. All right, well, I guess I'm on the strike now. Yup, I don't really have a choice here, do I? No, I don't. All right. And now I guess I'm dead to any burn spell pretty much. Or any pump spell too. I'm dead to a lot of things. And unless I top deck I cannot block that either, so yeah. Alright, Cleric is fine. Whew, I drew an island. And that might make me come back in this game. That's not extremely likely, but it's something. It's definitely something. Alright, alright. Next time I'm drawing a bunch of cards too, so I might get another island to prevent my death. That being said, the opponent just need a burn spell to kill me at that point, so... I don't know, things are not looking great. I drew another island. How lucky. Well, I think time has come to Spectrum. I kinda need to find an answer to that thing ASAP. Ooh, I got my Linvala. Well, that's great. That's extremely lucky. I think this might make me win this game actually. Alright, so let's tap that. I cannot afford to attack because then my opponent can equip the cleric and kill me. And if I can cast Linvala, I think I win. I think I come back in this game and win. But a burn spell is lethal, a Cinder Hellion is lethal, a haste creature is lethal too, so things are not looking too great. Whew, I think we managed to do something though, maybe. Alright. So let's tap these. Alright, the opponent will gain 2 life. Let's get a white mana and try to run this Linvala. Alright. I'm not getting a token though because of my wall, but I'm getting the life I needed. Alright, definitely not attacking yet. I might start to attack next turn because of the island. And we might be back in the game after that rather crazy start. I really thought I would lose, and I might still very well lose. Yeah. There are a decent amount of things that kill me at this point, and the opponent does have 4 cards in hand, which I guess are not all lands. Maybe they are, maybe my opponent is even more unlucky than they were after mulliganing, I don't really know. A threaten would kill me, I think. Because the opponent could boost those 2, take Linvala, attack with everything, then I have to chump block, and I go to 1. Yeah, a threaten would definitely put... Ooh, okay. Well, I don't think I can afford to do anything else than double blocking. If my opponent does have a trick, it's annoying, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I cannot like take damages there. It's not a possibility. I would assume that my Sphinx is dying. Dazzling reflection on that. Alright. What? Did I miss something there? Oh, to salvo. Well, that's completely fine. I mean, playing that, alright. Well, I did not remind that trade. So at this point I can start to attack with Linvala. I have quite a bit of damage to make before I can kill my opponent though. But you know, I'm not dead, so it's the more important part of the deal. Dealing 2 here, and I don't think I'm attacking anytime soon with the Hellion, given that I kinda needed to potentially double block one of those things. Linvala is gonna be very slow at killing my opponent, that's the main issue there. That was definitely an interesting game, whether I end up losing or winning. Chitinous Cloak is actually quite great in this matchup. It was definitely a good choice on my opponent sideboard option. It might be a main deck card too, but I don't think it's very likely. I don't really know. Alright. Well, I guess I'll make this double block. guess the alien will likely die. Next turn my opponent can start attacking with that too, which is gonna be annoying. And I might have to train my Linvala for an Akum Flameseeker, which is not the best, but it's probably what I will have to do. I don't really want to do so though. Yeah, I don't think I want to do. I really don't want to do that. I kind of need a way to kill my opponent at some point. So I think I'll attack there. And basically sacrifice my guide. But this game, I think I will end up losing it, despite kind of coming back with Linvala. Yeah. I'm not in a great spot. That cloak is, yeah, it's great for my opponent, not great for me. A Blighted Gorge. I think my opponent should have killed my guide, so I could not block and go down to 1. I don't know, that seems weird. Putting me down to 1 is quite great, given that my opponents most likely have burn spells in hand. I'm not sure, maybe they have something even better to do. But killing the guide and putting me down to 1 would have been a great play, I think. I don't really know. Maybe they have a big card to cast. A Cinder Alien. Ooh, well, that's... yeah. Okay, that's gonna be game over. Yeah, I'm dead on the board and I have 2 lands in hand. After not drawing enough land, I've kind of drawn too many in the end. But you know, I can't complain. This would happen at some point. All right. So Kitty's Cloak is quite a good sideboard card. We learned there. I don't think my opponent should have kept a Reflection. I don't think that card is great. In this matchup. Witness the End seems fine. Don't think I really want that though. I think I'll just submit my deck the way it is. Alright, well that was definitely an interesting final. And I guess we'll see who wins now. I think I want to play first, and that hand is great. I'm gonna keep it. I have a 2-drop, a removal that I can cast, a creature that I can cast. It is just great. Yeah, analysis doesn't hurt as long as I can draw a 4th land at some point. That's gonna be great, I would assume. Alright, a Cleric, sure. I don't mind trading. I don't think my opponent is likely to block though. Maybe they are? No. Alright. Drawing Strike is fine, but I still need a 4th land. But if I draw it, I should be in good shape, because this is gonna draw me more cards. This means I can cast a Strike. Next turn I can Devour in Flame pretty much anyway. I mean, pretty much no matter what happens. So... okay. Kinda wanna do that. Just because I don't have any land drop to make this turn. And I have a Strike, so, you know, I don't feel like I need to keep that. As the opponent will most likely gain 2 life there, which, you know, I cannot do much about. And I think at this point I'd rather ingest than dealing 2. I don't mind making the trade if he attacks, and if he has a trick, that's fine too. I guess he or she. And unless I miss on my 4th land drop for ages, I should be fine. Alright, well that's good for my opponent. Sure. Well, that's not a land. Alright, well... I think I can afford to miss 2 more turns, and after that things are gonna start to be very complicated for me. I kept 3 land in a 18 land deck though, so you know, if I cannot ever draw land, it's mostly unlucky. As I said, I could not really complain about game 1, but here if I never draw a force land, I can definitely complain. I think I did draw it though, and it's a pretty good one. I think I'll end up killing that since it's an annoying creature that will provide my opponent with card advantage at some point. Not card like straight up card advantage, but card quality at least. And now I can cast my Sightmaster, my Wall, and my Analysis. So, alright. Okay, that's mildly annoying. I drew a Boneyard though, which is nice. Kinda wanna keep my creature account on the battlefield low so I can potentially Linvala. So I think I'll just pass the turn there and most likely analyze this at the end of my opponent's turn. Kinda wanted to get the token out of Linvala. And I don't think that Rampart or Sightmaster do a lot to this board state. So yeah, I think it's the play. An Expedition Raptors. Well, that's pretty annoying. So I guess I'll be attack for 4 there, most likely. Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely double block here. That's for sure. Alright, well, hopefully I can draw a bit more lands so I can cast that Linvala later on. Well, that's not lands. The Malk of Kozilek is good though, and that's a land, great. And a white too, which is amazing. I need one more land so I can cast Linvala. So now, kinda wanna sleep to space now to make my land drop, I mean the chance of me drawing a land more consistent. So yeah, I think I'll sleep there. And I did draw land, so... sure. So most likely next turn I can Linvala and maybe get a creature, but at least alive. Alright, alright. My opponent does have a bunch of cards in hand though. I think the best case scenario for me is my opponent removing creatures from my board with removal. A Threaten would be bad for me though, a Relief Captain. Ugh. That's not great. Alright, well I guess I kinda have to jump there. At least it will provide me with the Linvala token. But that's pretty annoying. Alright, well time has come to cast the Preserver. And maybe it will preserve me from dying, or maybe not, I guess we shall see. I should have kept colorless available for the Mao. I tapped my mana wrongly there. Alright, alright. The opponent does have a lot of cards in hand though, which is quite worrisome. But there's not much I can do about that. Yeah, I think despite casting Linvala with the 2 triggers, that might not be enough depending on what the opponent does here. The Cloak again. Alright, and a salvo on my little angel. I mean smaller angel, I guess. So I could make the trade there. I think I kinda have to, honestly. Yeah. Kinda want to make a trade as much as possible given the cloak. And I need to play a bit faster too. So, I guess I'll Grave Burst my opponent. Drawing a Swamp, alright. And play both of my creatures there. And I don't think I have any great block next turn. I know that by blocking with Linvala I make it more likely to die from the Raptor, but I don't think that taking 5 is great. And my opponent can cloak the Raptor anyway, so I could not block the Raptor. I mean the Raptor with Linvala no matter what. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Cloak on the Raptor, and I guess I'm dead in 3 turns. I guess 2 turns after this one. Maybe less if the opponent does have a burn spell or a something along those lines. Yeah, I think I'm losing this match. Despite playing Linvala and a bunch of removal and a bunch of things. Well, this is a start, but it's likely to not be enough, unfortunately, unless I draw another land. I'll keep my island in hand in case I were to top deck the Sphinx. Yeah, I think I can afford to attack with that here. Alright, well, things are not looking great. Again, if my opponent double blocks, I'm fine with that. I want to make as much trade as possible given the cloak. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might just die next turn of any pump spell, any burn spell does kill me, so don't like my chances too much. Yeah, Kittin's Cloak proved to be better than Linvala apparently. A Chasm Guide. Well, that doesn't change much, I think. And a free runner. Well, I think that means I'm straight up dead. Yeah, alright. Well, attacking was not the right play apparently, but yeah, I guess I could not really have played around those. I could have, but yeah, that's 7. Well, that's okay, sure. Not much I could have done. I could have lived one more turn by not attacking, but I don't think that staying back would have provided me with much good, given that I kinda needed to kill my opponent at some point. And what was I drawing? A Spectrum for 4 into a Kyle's Analysis and Mage. And Salvo. That might have been a beast play, attacking with that. Because the Spectrum would have provided me with an answer to the Raptor, as well as more cards and tempo. Yeah, maybe I could have won hadn't I attacked with that, but honestly that would mean playing around Free Runner and the Ace Goblin, which is quite a lot. I don't really know. It was definitely an interesting game and match. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, and I see you guys for another draft.